So now I arrived to Cholula, and the famous church is here on the hill, and under is the pyramid. Now we are inside to see the pyramid here, and this pyramid is at the widest one in the world. All of this you see under the church is also pyramid that is buried in the hill, because this pyramid was covered by ashes when Popocatépetl had an eruption in the ancient time. And actually they don't know who built this pyramid. This pyramid is a big mystery who built the pyramid, but they know that there has been living Olmecs and Toltecs and many other people from everywhere, but they don't know who founded it. Built of several layers. They build pyramids over each other, so by time they grow. The archaeologists say that they don't know who founded Cholula, yet the legend says its main structure was founded by giants for more than 2,000 years ago. The large pyramid that is under the hill was covered by volcanic ashes from the nearby volcano Popocatépetl that erupted in the years around 700 to 900 after Christ. This led to abandonment of the pyramid and the area of the people that live there. Generations after, the area became populated again by what the legend says Toltec people from Tola and Tula that built new houses and temples over the platforms and soils of the original pyramid. They fled from something, Chololan meaning the place of those who fled. And unfortunately, this church is caused that they cannot dig out. I mean, the church is amazing, beautiful and everything, but they don't dig out the rest of the pyramid that is under the hill because of that church, because that is also heritage. The hill that was called the man-made hill was very secret, and they dedicated it to the god Quetzalcoatl. That I will tell more about. Today I want to introduce some new theories and discoveries to you that I have found out about. Recently I have visited Teotihuacan that indigenous through generation has said was founded by giants, Quinametzins. And the same thing is being told about Cholula. I am very curious and I will not just turn my back on such stories, so I have been digging a little further down into it. I have been introduced to new words. Megalithic. That is the name for a special building style that is different to the one that you normally see. Here in the beginning everything looks like it's built without too many tools to manage and cut large stone blocks. All the stones look natural and small, like you would find them in nature, and they are put together with a kind of cement from that time. The stones are small and in size so humans can carry them. You see, the indigenous people of Mexico were highly developed Stone Age culture until the Spaniards showed up in 1500. That means that they used tools of stone plus obsidian that was a kind of glass. They did a lot of pottery and artwork with clay. They were able to cut a little in stones with other stones so they could make engravings, sculptures and so. But what I have been starting to wonder about is how some of the building styles is very different. And you see really large stones that is almost impossible for people to carry without a crane or modern machines. You see really well shaped square shaped stones that fit perfect together. Get the feeling how big this pyramid is. And actually they say that the pyramids in Egypt is not even as big as this one or the one in Teotihuacan. That they say this pyramid is very similar actually in the structure, so they think that it's the same people that founded this pyramid, but they still don't know who it is. Here we see an interesting large square cut stone. This stone is such a different style than the other small building stones. It doesn't even look like it belongs to this building style, that is surrounded with here. It looks like it's coming from another building than the surroundings. The way it has been originally cut and the very smooth polished surface, to me it does not look like this stone could have been shaped by the same people that built these other walls on this side of the pyramid. They possibly could have done the engravings though. Different faces. They are saying about this round stone that is made by the Olmecs. But I don't agree, because it doesn't have the features of normal Olmec sculptures. It's way more primitive, and it's impossible actually to really say how old a stone is. I think maybe it's an attempt from someone later in time to copy something a little similar to the Olmec art. And this stone is very similar to the style of the other. Doesn't look like something that fit onto the rest of the surrounding building style. It rather looked like a megalithic stone. And that is another thing, that they say that this temple was made for Quetzalcoatl, that was one of the biggest gods here in these cultures. Again, this large stone here is also different to the surroundings, and no humans could possibly move it by hand. What is going on here? Is this place really built by giants, as the legends say? I must say that while I'm wandering around, I wish that this, the world's largest pyramid, had been more uncovered. See this air photo. The area is so big. This is such a world's wonder, and everyone is talking about how unique and interesting it is. I guess I'm not the only one that is really hoping to see so much more of this uncovered. I'm really excited about this. It's so beautiful, and you can imagine that this is only a little of what there was back in time. It was so big, this temple, that even now it's the biggest pyramid in the world. So can you imagine how it was back in time? That it was superhuman, this building. In here there is a mural, a wall painting that is 53 meters long, and there's not so much left of it anymore, but it is older than Cholula, older than the temple. So who made it? That is the question. Super interesting. This is actually set in old indigenous tales that the god Quetzalcoatl lived and ruled here in Cholula for 20 years. Cholula, what was called Cholula back then. Here we are talking about around year 500 before Christ. And this is what had been said about him. Quetzalcoatl, named the patron god of Cholula, started to have been, in the opinion of all, the most celebrated and considered best and most worthy of other gods. According to the histories, he came to Cholula from the parts of Yucatan, although some say that it is from Tula. He was a white man, large of body, with a broad forehead, large eyes, long black hair, and wore a large round beard. They canonized him as their greatest god, and rendered him great love and devotion, offer him gentle, very devoted and voluntary sacrifices for 3 reasons. 1. Because he taught them the art of silver work, which before his coming has been completely unknown. 2. Because he never desired or permitted sacrifices of the blood of men or animals, but only of bread, flowers and sweet odors. And 3. Because he prohibited with considerable success, war, robbery, murders, and other harmful activities. Wherever such matters were mentioned in his presence, he turned away and closed his ears in order not to see or hear anything. He was extremely chaste, virtuous, and temperate in many things. He was so much the subject of vows and pilgrimages that even the enemies of the Cholultecas were accustomed to come there safely on pilgrimages to fulfill their vows and devotions. The rulers of other major towns established their chapels and idols for their worship. Only Quetzalcoatl among all other gods was called Lord par excellence, so that when they swore and exclaimed by our Lord, Quetzalcoatl was always meant, although there were many other highly esteemed gods. All this was because of the great love they bore him. He only required trifling services, teaching them the virtuous and forbidding evil, demonstrating his distaste of such things. In the end he departs from Cholula, but promises to come back. The legends tell that Quetzalcoatl came walking from north to south and killed all the giants. This was something that the Indians were very grateful for, because the giants were said to be very intelligent and were eating the humans. Many indigenous groups all over Mexico is telling similar stories about giants living everywhere. Actually, it was not only in Mexico, but also all over South America and North America this happened. Such big structures. And I don't know if you can see it here, but it's full of seashells that show that there was a connection between Cholula and the ocean. It looks like this is actually an avocado tree here, right next to the ruins of Cholula. Wild avocados. Amazing. And actually the pyramid, it was not only here. It went all the way over there, and they say they have not really uncovered it because they put a railway there, so they have not discovered everything that is under here. So the pyramid was just way bigger in the area than we see here. And because the pyramid was covered by the ashes of Popocatépetl, it can go so much deeper, the pyramid, and that's maybe why they say its surrounding is so bigger than we actually see here, because maybe it goes very deep also. And all of this hill is covered pyramid that is not picked up by archaeologists or anything. But over here you see really a more well-preserved piece of how the pyramid looked. Here on this side we see some of the older structure of the pyramid. It has been renovated, but we must believe they tried to do it as similar to what it looked like. Some say this structure is newer, but I guess it's actually older, and the more primitive building style we first have seen is the newest. This perfectionistic building styles fit so much more to the big megalithic altar blocks on the other side. My belief is that this pyramid under the hill is from before 500 BC, maybe from the period between 1500 to 1000 before Christ. See how big and well fitted the stones are. This is very hard to believe that Stone Age tools can build something like this. Stone Age cultures, on the other hand, is very likely to have renovated the stairs. That is much rougher nature stones and is smaller in size. My guess is that the pyramid under the hill is in the same building style as this very perfectionistic stonework, similar to what we see here on this renovated staircase. It was not possible for me to find a photo of this staircase from before the renovation. If anyone can, please link it below here. I'm very interested in seeing it. And see this interesting megalithic block here next to the stairs. And what is this square hole about? Around the pyramid has been found skeletons with mysterious bone structures. Some say they have undergone cranial modifications, others say they were of different kind, maybe as some found in Peru with different craniums. A long way to go up to the church, and this is not the way, but here you see the city. And these stairs, it's crazy, beautiful. I don't dare to go too close to the edge, but on the other hand, this has lasted for many years. Almost down. That was really crazy stair, and it feels very dangerous up there, but now almost down and safe and sound. So beautiful structure, and with the church, and crazy. I was all the way up there, and now I can barely walk. My thighs hurt so much. It was crazy. I need to get in better shape, definitely. See, and we are going up to the church also now, so I need to be able to walk. Now we go to see the church, and after the museum to see what they actually found when they digged here in the soil. So hang on, because we are far from finished with our investigations of the pyramid and surroundings. And like and subscribe to my channel to never miss out on anything. And this is the way up to the church where we're going now. On the long walk, Clem's legs are being tested today. The story about the Cholula pyramid hill is very blurry, and when you hear about it, it sounds like that the Spaniards were shaming the pyramid by building their church on top of it. But as I understand it, is that it was a hill without any visual signs of pyramid when the Spaniards arrived, and where they placed their church. The pyramid that they intentionally destroyed was the other Quetzalcoatl pyramid. Very close to the hill they built another Quetzalcoatl temple, where they placed their San Gabriel Convent. We also take a look at this later. And somebody put out roses for me. That was so sweet. But I appreciate it. There is a connection between Cholula, Tula and Teotihuacan, all central Mexico pyramids complexes that is made by mysterious founders we know very little about. So sweet. Mucho gusto. ¿Cómo se llama? ¿Cómo te llamas? Yes. Mucho gusto. Oh, it was so sweet. If some other people recognize me on the street, don't hesitate, just come and say hello. I love to say hi to you. actually just a procession where they were carrying the Virgin all the way up here, and that's why they put all these rose flowers actually. Not for me, but it could happen. But look at this. The saints of this church. This church is called Virgen de los Remedios, as it says here. This is also full of beauty. So beautiful, so amazing, and also so full of gold and so decorated. It's amazing. Now, let's go out again here. to walk up here. And I'm sure that this behind is Popocatépetl, that is now covered with clouds. But it's an amazing view we have here. That was such a beautiful, beautiful church. And now I want to go and see the museum that's about the pyramid and everything. This stair is crazy. I just met some sweet followers here that called me, and it's very nice to meet you. Mucho gusto. Mucho gusto. More sweet followers. Mucho gusto. Yeah, I just met a very sweet follower, that see my videos on YouTube. Very nice, mucho gusto.
Washington.
Washington. Another follower here on YouTube. Mucho gusto, ¿cómo se llama?
Gregorio.
Oh, to meet you.
Bien. Cuídense mucho. Hello. Hello. ¿Habla español o yo hablo un poco español?
No, habla como de checo. No sabe cómo es checo.
¿Habla Cholula? Very nice to meet you. Mucho gusto. Mucho gusto. ¿Cómo se llama?
¿Dónde vive?
Så, jeg Dinamarca, Danmark. Soy vikinga.
¿Este es un número de usted?
Sí, ese
No,
es
es su canal.
Ese es mi nombre.
Ese es mi nombre. Gala. Dame mi tarjeta. Quiero fuego. ¿Y su número cuál es?
Es Miriam Hoeppermann.
Es para YouTube.
Mi nombre es...
Adiós.
So sweet. It was so nice to meet all of them. Bye bye. So sweet, amazing. Can't wait to have you in the video. Looking so much forward to make the video for you. This is the pyramid, and here on the other side of the street is another pyramid construction that I just see now. Here. And another hill. Must have been so big, this complex. Undiscovered pyramid in there. Why are they not opening that? That is free, they can just open it. See this structure? They don't even show this to tourists, but this is clearly a temple. Look at this. So you can imagine that this pyramid complex is so big. And this is just like a pyramid lying there all by itself. Nobody's looking at it. And you can see the church up the hill here. And then all of this is just a hill of the temple and coming this. Museum. Yeah. I don't understand. Look at this. We are in front of the museum and we are going to see all the archaeological things to see. Wow, there's a model of the pyramid how it was. Cortes. He came here to Cholula. He wanted to be friends with the people from Cholula, but they decided to betray him and put out traps and kill him and his crew. So there was an Indian person that was called Megalithic that decided to tell Marina about these traps that they put out. And Cortes, he decided to massacre the people of Cholula to show the Aztecs that they should not try to attack them when they came to go to Tenochtitlan. So this is a codex that tells about that original one, and it's one of the biggest treasures of this museum. Maybe this is a piece of this movie. The Muriel that was out on the wall you could see in the pyramid. It's called the Drinker's Muriel, and it's a reconstruction of what there was out there in the pyramid. But show and see here, it looks like she's drinking pulque that I was told to be drinking. I don't know what it is. Boiling, maybe some pozole here. Who knows? And what is this going on here? Also, maybe it's drinking, and it's supposed to be males and women and drinking more, maybe. And I don't know what this is supposed to be. Here we have the grasshopper's Muriel. So it looks like this is small Cholultecas, grasshoppers. That is the faces of them, very cute. There was something that they eat a lot, you know. Still do. And this was the museum. Very nice, let's go out again. Wow, such an interesting, very small but very interesting museum here from Cholula. Now we can have a look at the downtown of Cholula. bungalow here in Cholula, and this is a big park they have in the middle. And this monument here is built to honor the 500 years after that there was a massacre in 1519 of Hernan Cortes that was massacring the people of Cholula. And there's an interesting church that we're going to see here. So interesting. It looks like it's open. Looks like it used to be both a church and a convent here. It's a big yard they have. is really from the beginning of the time of the Spanish period here in Mexico. This building behind was for the rooms for the Franciscan monks to live. They have these windows up there. Very nice. Spot under the church was a temple of Quetzalcoatl. So the pyramid that we just went up to, it had many pyramids here everywhere, and here was one of them, and over there under the other church was another pyramid before. So this pyramid complex of Cholula was huge. And this floor was a part of the Quetzalcoatl temple, and the church that you can see the stones is also built of the temple stones. It's very similar to Quetzalcoatl, actually. And these stairs were the stairs of the Quetzalcoatl temple that was here before. So this is actually part of the pyramid. So all of this floor is actually not concrete as a sort. It's a hard soil and small stones. And the people that was living here, before the Spaniards came, they had a ceremonial place on this spot. And the whole pyramid of Quetzalcoatl that is under the church is now on the church. The church is built of these stones. So they actually had a way of making such a kind of concrete floor in the ancient time. It's amazing. So they said that here on this spot was a massacre of the people of Cholula that the Spaniards did when they first arrived here, because the Cholulan people wanted to kill the Spaniards and the Spaniards could not allow that, so they made a really bad massacre, so where they killed more than 3,000 people, men, women and children. And it's said that these trees here that you see, they absorbed all the blood from a lot of dead Indians, and that's why they're making all these figures and balls in the roots. It's a strong history here, but it's really a beautiful church, and you can feel how old it is, and you can feel the history of this place so big. Amazing tombs. Wonder if there's lying a real person in there. Must be, I guess. Some more over here. It looks like something where they could have buried Dracula. They open it and somebody mistakenly dripping a drop of blood in the mouth of Dracula. He's coming back to life. 1881 it says here. hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe to my channel to never miss out on anything, and see you guys very soon for new adventures. I love you.